Hello, everybody, and welcome back to APL's presentation of the Ketteisen Cup. You all thought you got rid of me, but I am back, the formal casting, joined by Gex, who just came off of a very, very satisfying series, I must say. I mean, when the team I pick does start winning, I start getting happier. But Gex, how are you feeling so far in this one?
Yeah, hyped. I mean, that last series was it was probably a bit of an easy prediction for who would win that, but TF Gaming really pulled through just to show us that they are no underdog in the Asian leagues. They did really, really well in that last game, and they made it super exciting and fun to watch. So, and that's what we're all here for. It was great.
Yeah, but speaking of underdogs and kind of, surprise teams showing up, Ooga Booga, I believe, has actually beaten 1NE. So the other
Mm.
invitee has already been taken down to that loser's bracket, which does mean our winner's final will be Ooga Booga taking on We Dem Doggo. Now, I'm pretty sure I made my pick in this one pretty clear. I just think by pure, strength of mechanical and skill alone, We Dem Doggo, they're my favorites to take the whole thing. But who do you have coming into the series?
And yeah, we discussed last series about how Widem Doggo just has an unbelievably strong roster. The three players in that team are insane, and just to remind everybody who that is, Widem Doggos has it is Kanra Realize and Maru Realize, being one of the players that went over to America, played a series over there, and showed the world that Asia can do something against that kind of level of play. Uh, his mechanics are second to none, and Maru and Kanra are not much of a step behind him either. They're just a team to beat. 1NE being taken down by Ooga Booga, that's definitely a bit of an upset. I mean, Ooga Booga was incredibly strong on Friday, and they pushed through those series with absolute abandon. But sending 1NE to lower bracket, that's a big deal. 1NE does have some big players themselves, being LCT Revoir and Chaotic. You know, again, a lot of those players have been around a long time. LCT maybe a little bit newer, but coming up incredibly quickly and very, very strong player. To take them down, I'm excited to see what they've got up against Sweet M Doggo. Ooga Booga being the team that nobody really expected, just really absolutely pushing through here, and it's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting to see, and I'm curious how they're going to go up against We Dem Doggo. Now, just a quick step back to remember how this tournament is actually sort of being funded and what the prize pool is, what these people are playing for, because at the moment coming into this, we had about 115 USD on the line, but this is crowd-funded prize pool, so if anyone wants to drop donations, it goes to said prize pool, I believe. Was that correct, Gex? Did I read that
Yeah.
memo correctly?
Yep,
Good.
that's correct. The prize pool is all going just coming straight from you as the audience. You really get to decide how hard these guys are going to push to win. I mean, if you put a little more money on the line, even if it's just $1 per person sort of thing, there's going to be a lot more incentive for these guys to go for nuts shots. So you want to see the best out of them, just chuck $1 or two in. To see the donation link, just put in exclamation mark prize pool into the chat, and you'll see these guys pop off if you chuck some money in.
Yeah, I mean, incentive is always something to play for. Granted, I think the prize pool is pretty high enough that we've seen some pop-off plays already,
Mhm.
especially coming from We Dem Doggo in that previous series. The question will be, can they keep on keeping on winning the games we feel they are supposed to? Well, Ooga Booga, they've pulled off one upset. They're going to be on the orange side against We Dem Doggo on the blue side in this upcoming series, and will the dream stay alive? Is Ooga Booga that breakout team tonight, or will We Dem Doggo continue their path of dominance? That's what we are going to find out very, very soon.
An exciting question. To answer your question earlier, I do expect Weedem Doggo to be the stronger team here, but Ooga Booga has just given so many surprises. So it could be really, really good to see here. We'll send the players in and get this on the start line right now. And as we get the players ready, we, we've got so much to look forward to in this match.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one for sure as we are going to, I believe this is the Utopia Coliseum, if I am correct. That is the
Don't
map
know
I
the
see.
maps very well, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's the beautiful one. It's
Grecian.
lush gardens, green, fountains aplenty. The okay, because we
Yeah,
are getting
Utopia. It is
Utopia.
Utopia.
It is Utopia. I got it right. I am so happy. I got that one in as players are later. I mean, look, it's a pretty utopia. Like, it has that Mediterranean style architect. Out of all of the stadiums, this is the one where I would want to like actually attend
B.
the most.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Or
I
those
mean,
Sandy
Neo
Shores.
Tokyo. Neo Tokyo could be pretty interesting.
Oh, see, I'm more of a Sandy Shores type. I want my beach. I want my sun. Neo Tokyo rains too much, and then you get stuck in that underpass, and it
The
smells
traffic. Who
down
wants to deal
there.
with that?
Exactly. It's not, Utopia or sandy beachside fun. It's just dirty, and I don't know. I give me my give me my Utopia, I should say. Uh
Looks like one
totally.
knee has dropped down into the lower brackets to take on Space Cats as well in the losers quarterfinal. So the winner of that will be going into the semifinals either against either TF Gaming or Block Girls. So no matter who wins those two setups, the losers semifinal should be pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, definitely will be. I mean, obviously, going through the losers bracket is not a death sentence by any stretch, and I don't think we've seen the last of one NE. They'd be gunning for some revenge, but they have to go through some pretty tough teams to get there. They've definitely dropped, I think, earlier than what they would have wanted, all things considering, because of their loss to Ooga Booga. But we kind of saw what happened with one NE when they dropped a game in that first series. They kind of came back twice as hard, and I'm excited to see if that's also going to like play dividends within the tournament realm as well. Like maybe once they lose a series, they're going to come back with these ensuing series twice as hard. So I don't think we've seen the last of one NE. That said, though, cars up. Okay, kind of faking us out. I thought we were going as. Yep, people are jumping in and out, so we will be starting very momentarily as people trying to get their lineups correctly. I would expect before getting into this. It's going to be a blast of a winners final. We're still in best of 5, no best of 7 till the very end, but the timer's kicking in and we are underway.
Yeah,
Or are we? It's a 2v3.
No, yeah, we're still waiting on some people. Looks like we're gonna have to have a remake here. I thought everybody was in, but I think everybody was jumping in and out because one player hadn't quite made it into the match yet. We'll have to remake this one quickly. And the guys look like they are ready and raring to go, though. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm ready to go, so I'm just gonna have to. Someone's gotta like, I don't know, fry up the potato, get it running. We want some French fries, we want some action, and we'll be back in very, very quickly. A bit of a false start. It happens sometimes. Online tournament, so anything can happen, and really, it's kind of crazy actually thinking about how international this tournament is. We have casters from Australia. I'm not sure where Boyo Arroyo's from. I should have asked him, but he sounds either Irish or Scottish. I'm not very good with my accents up there. It's I believe I'm being told it's Scottish, so it is a Scottish accent, and it's a beautiful one. We had our previous host as well overseas. I don't know where anyone lives. I need you to bail me out, Gex.
I was
Save me.
hoping we could take a poll in chat. Is Boy Arroyo Irish or Scottish? There we go. That's an interesting one.
I think
No,
I
we
have
won't do
made
that. It is Scottish.
I have
Yeah.
made an enemy, by the way, because you should never call a Scotsman Irish. I've learned that the hard way once before, and I'm very happy. I'm looking up in the corner of my screen and seeing that mic muted because I'm sure there is an angry Scotsman coming after me after this series ends, and we're gonna have to work against together soon. So, oh boy, oh well. You reap what you sow. I have dug my own grave, and I'm prepared to face that.
All right. Looks like we are still facing issues with one player. The PC is restarting as we speak, so we've got just a moment to waste here before we go into our match. It's gonna be a good one. I think they're just, trying to hype us up. They're really getting this, getting our hopes up. They're not gonna dash it. These guys are coming, and
Building the
when they come,
anticipation.
it's just gonna be, yeah, it's anticipation, man.
You
They're
just
getting us
gotta
ready for this. They're getting us
Yeah, you
ready.
just got to build the hype. You don't want to give it all away for free. This is a winner's final. It's not something we take lightly. It's why, we're at the I forgot the name of it, Utopia Coliseum. That's why we're here. Like, I'm up there in that building underneath that yellow umbrella, sipping on some lemonade, just enjoying the sun and the scenes, even though, it's technically night out where I'm at. Nah, it's still a sunny day here at the Utopia Coliseum.
I have a
wish
question.
had
Are
a
you?
press
Hey,
box.
boys, we've got a poll up in chat. Is Boyer Irish or
Okay.
Scottish? Even though we've already
have
given
the
it to
poll.
you. We're already given to you. They can hear me, by the way. Vote. Go vote. Hi, everyone. I'm going to go back to mute now.
Yep.
Bye.
That is Liza, by the way. He has been the host who has saved us today and coming through in clutch. So big thank you to Biza, by the way, everyone in chat. Throw him some love. He was supposed to cast, but instead he's doing the broadcasting side of things. So without him, we probably would be struggling still. So vote in the chat for him because I'm sure he'd love to hear that. And let's send Boy Arroyo back to Ireland where he belongs. I mean, to admit that he's Scottish, hey.
Yeah, Ireland, right. You're gonna get a talking to in a very strong accent after this.
Oh, it's not going to be good, but that's what happens when we are still in waiting to
No, it's
get
good to-
going.
It's good to have casters who can joke around like this. I mean, it makes casting with one another so easy in this setting when everybody knows each other and you can just kind of bounce off each other like this. And Boy Arroyo is sitting up there, I'm sure, both swearing at us and laughing at the same time. So
You're on his good books. You haven't missed nationalized him yet. That's been all me. And you saying, we all know each other. I guess this is a little bit behind the scenes. I kind of just met him, 2 minutes before that first series. So
I think how in his good books I am is going to depend on the outcome of that vote. If everybody says he's Irish, that's on me.
Oh my goodness. That's it's time to move perhaps, or at least, when social distancing quiets back down, then it will be time to move. Still waiting to get going in this. I wish, I could say, we're going to be starting in 1 minute, but that doesn't appear to be the case thus yet, as we've had a bunch of people leaving the match. And are we waiting on me? Am I being that guy again?
But possibly, I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
It looks like what's happened is the player has restarted, come back in, and is unable to join the match. So we're going to have to remake a second time. We will, once again, I'll tell you, we will be in this very shortly. Stick around. The longer we wait, the harder these guys are going to push.
Righto.
Yeah,
So
exactly. No.
I've got a game for you fellas since we're waiting and getting all sorted.
It's not going to be Hangman again, is it?
It's totally going to be Hangman.
Oh,
yes!
It's totally going to be Hangman. But this is sort of the first time I've ever done it. So bear with me as I sort this one out.
I think last time you and I cast Biza, we ended up doing this. That was on an RLO stream. Yeah, that was good. That was good. We didn't even get all the way through our word.
No, we didn't. We didn't get the time. So
I think I'm going to need a refresher on how this Hangman game is going to work real quick, because I am still new to the Hangman on stream.
You want to run him through, Biza?
No, give me a moment.
I'll do it. It's all right. You're busy. You're busy. Sorry about that.
I'm busy. Leave me alone.
Biza has had so much thrown on him tonight. Everybody, please give him a big hand in chat. He's doing wonders.
By the way, Biza, just a heads up, after this series, you're just doing the rest of the series solo as well.
I didn't know that.
We also need you to sub in for one of the teams if you can do that too, and just
okay, all right. So this is what happens is we're gonna let chat choose the letters. It is Rocket League related. So the
word is Rocket League related.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. It's Rocket League related until we get it right, and chat just needs to spam the first letter, whatever is the constantly spammed. That's the first letter we're gonna take. Okay.
Spam it in chat, guys. What letter? What do we put up first, guys? Come on, get involved.
I'll go with that one. I'm liking the letter A.
A. Yep, we'll put in an A. What do we got, Biza? We got an A.
Uh-oh.
No way.
That's not what we want to see.
That's going to be a head. That's going to be a head on our hangman.
That is the worst head
Ooh.
I've ever drawn. Don't judge.
gonna have a
Oh, there we
really
go. We
big
can move it.
body.
We can
It's
move it.
fine.
There we go. There's the
Okay,
head.
cool. Yeah.
There it is. Aw.
We have an O, I think. O is our next. Yep.
Oh, we got an O? Okay. All right. No, it's not a body. Oh, God, that is terrible. I have to make it smaller.
Where's the O going? Is it going in the word or is it? Ah,
Yeah, there's
alright.
the words at the top, okay?
Yeah.
Last time I did this in page. This is terrible. Okay, next.
We've got 2 O's.
Oh, I think I know what it is. I'm gonna keep it to myself though.
Yeah, well, we
But
gotta
it looks
narrow
no, but
this
it looks
down
like
by letters,
people
guys.
are going for it. People are going for it.
Give us letters,
No, I
guys.
need letters. Come on, make it interesting.
All right. Clearly, the letter X is involved.
Yeah, X is
No,
a
I'm
big
seeing
one.
B's. I'm
Yeah,
seeing
B's.
come down.
Boyo's
Are
putting
you
forth
X?
his
X?
name. B.
You,
X,
I
X. Yeah, let's go with
I heard
X first.
I heard X first.
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna sabotage.
Sorry, boys.
Formal, that was you. I'm calling you out. That was you.
Look, I thought there was a legitimate chance that Boost was spelled Booxt. Okay?
Bookst. Bookst. Everybody use that in their next Rocket League game. I'm out of Bookst. All right, we've got a bunch of Y's. That's a bunch of Y's. I'm
no.
legitimately not lying.
Okay.
Everyone knows. Yeah, everyone kind of knows what the word is. Yet we're all like just misspelling it. Oh, Square Man. All right.
Yeah, I'm liking this guy. That's a healthy body image, dude. Don't no shaming.
He's got the biggest biggest neck I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh no, we're
Yeah.
getting into game. All right.
Was it
all right.
Boost? Just tell us, guys. Was it Boost?
Yeah,
they right?
it's Boost, boys. It's Boost. Well done. Honestly,
Well done, chat.
Honestly, I have to write it up. It's like... There we
boy.
go.
Perfect.
There. We go.
Anyway, do you know what? I'm used to Photoshop, not Paint. All right, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
All right. Over
There we
to
go,
you,
Boost.
over to you, fellas. I'll see you later.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you very much for providing some of our, mid-series, mid-game entertainment. But we have more action on the horizon. We have a game. We're just waiting for everyone to load in back on this one. Once again, for that refresher, it's Ooga Booga versus, We Dem Doggos. 2 fantastic names, might I add.
Absolutely. I think that's some fantastic names. I had to. They're not names I'm gonna need to look up the pronunciation of, like Ketteisen. I did have to Google Ketteisen for the pronunciation of that. Reminder: we are in the Ketteisen Cup, and these guys are fighting over the prize pool that you guys are generating. So ! prize pool in the chat if you want to chuck in $1 or $2 and give these guys something more to fight in. We are starting now, though. We are finally in our match. I hope you guys are excited because you've waited long enough. Let's get this started.
That is right. And once again, it's We Dem Doggos on the blue side. Orange side is Ooga Booga. Opening kickoff actually with a nice second touch. Goes the way of Ooga Booga, and Hargun, less than 5 seconds in, finds our opening goal.
That's one of the fastest kickoff goals I've seen in a long time. That's a very, very quick kickoff goal, considering it had a number of bounces in that. A number of them.
It really wasn't a clean kickoff from either side, yet Hargun was able to get the best read off of the awkward start and realize we're already angry, gets the demo, goes for the aerial dribble, unfortunately can't quite punch it through. Maru keeping the ball in the box. Poofy actually misses on the clear attempt, which just means Hargun has to step up, gets bumped by Karna for it. That said, the shot still on target from Realize. It's a bit of a lob shot. Kobe Bryant would be proud as the game is tied.
Doing him proud. That did arc in gracefully just under the crossbar, and Realize is the man on that team. He's taking the first goal and evening this match now. We are still early days in this match, though. 4 minutes 38. We haven't even had 30 seconds pass.
Yeah, and already Hargon almost found another one. This time Conrad's going to try to tune himself. Is challenged mid-pitch with a great knockback down to Poofy, actually. Maru, though, still going to keep on it. Gets one touch, can't quite get the second. That's okay. Hargon will clear it through midfield. Realize has to fall back. Catches it in the corner. He doesn't have boost to work with, and he's getting challenged by multiple members of Ooga Booga, still maintaining possession. Nearly gets past the third. However, that does buy enough time for the rest of this blue side to go ahead and get some boost. We them Doggos, yet with that boost, they still can't get it past mid-pitch.
Gonna go out to midfield. There's a shot coming in. There's a chance. Maru can't quite get there in time, but Kanra can put it in just behind the defender, who did get an okay touch, but it's not going to be enough.
No, not going to be enough this time. Great breakaway setup from Maru. Is able to bounce it right back off that side backboard to Conra, who gets that second goal in. Despite sort of the shaky start right now, it looks to be Weedem Doggos are starting to get more into form. They've recovered nicely. Great kickoff actually for them as Conra, great dodge right there on the poop. He's able to out-dribble one, but unfortunately realized not quite fast enough to punish just yet. But Maru's going to put another one on target. Argon burns a lot of boost to make that save. There's no one back on the rotation, or is there? Poofy is there, but this is it. Shot down from Realize is good. What a spike. What a play. 3-1 in favor of We Dem Doggos.
Yeah, really nice angle. He had to hit that down in quite a large fashion. Was an unfortunate miss on defense, though. And that's going to be a 2-goal lead now.
2 goals in favor of We Dem Doggo, and they want more. Realize off of the cheat with the kickoff. Does 100% boost on Maru. He can't quite get the touch he wants. As Conra on defense does a good job ghosting, trying to delay the breakaway from Ketteisen, who still is able to get it up in the corner. Fortunately, the defensive rotation is there in the form of Realize, but he gets bumped off it. Poofy with the double touch attempt, but it comes awkwardly off the crossbar, and Hargon can't quite follow through. A nice bump from Poofy keeps the offensive pressure there, but Kaizen's too slow to make the shot.
Maru is under that. He can get it past the defender. Hagen's there, goes out. Poofy can get a pass out to Ketteisen. There's only one defender to beat. It's a good touch. Poofy has no power off that though. Oh, it actually came off post. That's a breakaway. Ketteisen has to make a save.
He's there. He got there in time, but that was some scary situations right there. If you're a fan of We Dem Doggos, that like desperate backflip from Maru was just enough to make the defense hold. Realize now back in his own corner. They have to be careful. Ketteisen gets it past two, but he can't put the shot on target. Realize will safely throw the ball into the corner after Maru was desperately trying to touch the ball, and then realized, oh no, I'm going to own goal. He touches away. Realize dropping it into Conrad's lap. He pushed the shot on target, but Ketteisen gets it off of that side post.
Hagen looking to try and drop it under Maru, can't quite do it. Maru reads him really well. Ketteisen gets a very nice touch out from under Hagen to clear that straight at goal. It barely missed. Poofy's going to send that out to mid. Ketteisen can't keep it there. Hagen's going to chase that. And Kanra won't be able to make the touch he wants.
No, not quite. And this is looking very good until an awkward backflip. The ball is just rolling towards the goal. Yet Ketteisen, he doesn't take the shot. He passes it to Hargon instead. And we have a 2-3 game. What just happened to We Dem Doggos defense?
Yeah, they've had a couple of big mistakes this game. Bigger than I expect from a team of this caliber anyway, I should say. It comes off a fairly nice pinch in the goal. It wasn't a speedy one, but it was the angle they needed to get it, and that's gonna narrow that lead down. And We Dem Doggos looking like they might be in a little bit of a dangerous position unless they can get this. They do! Maru there to read that off that back post.
Yeah, that was disgusting from Maru. Great pass. Able to, set it back up for himself. Ketteisen going for the desperate back, but not going to find the ball in this instance. And just when it looked like we might have been seeing Ooga Booga starting to fight back into our opening game, We Dem Doggos put down that iron curtain and sort of reestablish a nice comfort. That's it, Ketteisen. He's looking for an opening, gets it to Poofy in the corner, who throws it back in the box. Maru, great read, keeps it in the safety of that corner. In fact, he's going to try to dribble it out. Challenged by Poofy. Poofy wins, but Conra is there, and he's going to take it up high. Dodges one, hits the pass to Realize he's going for the double touch. He'll strike that in. That is disgusting from Realize.
I mean, we've seen it a million times. Realize his mechanics are undeniably good, and he had very little space to work with. The ball barely cleared off that backboard before he spiked it downwards, and just the perfect angle.
There is a reason why I'm picking We Dem Doggos as like my team to win the tournament, and it's because of players and Realize and what he can do. And Conrad hits it over the top of everyone and will take it all the way into the goal. And We Dem Doggos, they are starting to run away with this.
Not a power shot, but it doesn't need to be. Just some unbelievable ball control by Conra. He just ignored the defense.
Yeah, he just took it right over the top. He went for the pinch there, but when he didn't get the pinch he wanted, he just needed to add a little touch, and he was good to go. Ketteisen off the cheat is not going to get there in time, so Conroy's the one with possession. He has the boost, was challenged, kind of loses out. Fortunately, Hardgun is there to catch the ball. Ketteisen is going to be going with possession. Nice demo play. Everyone was there. That was a full body escort, and they get the goal as a result.
6-3. That's a high scoring match so far. Minute left in it too. Yeah, that's brutal. Just absolutely forcing it through.
That reminds me of, like, you know, the Star Wars trench run where they had the guy in the middle taking the shot and, you know, 2 other ships on the flanks just to act as bodyguards. And in that instance, it was super successful. Very high-scoring game. In fact, the highest-scoring game we've seen so far on stream as Conra puts it off the backboard. Kaizen's there, though, to stop the shot, at least momentarily. Realize still trying to keep his opponents off balance. Gets an awkward touch for them, and still on the offensive is Doggo. Hargun, he's going to go for a ceiling clear. He gets that second flick, but Realize resupply catches it, push it up for Conra, who can't win the 50 against Ketteisen. Maru's turn, though, to put the pressure on. It will be caught by one Poofy, and Realize, unfortunately, misses the pass.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there. I mean, they don't need it at this point. They are up by 3. They just need to hold, really, but it's still disappointing when a misplay like that comes out from a team this good. We're seeing some great stuff from both teams, really. Yeah, that's true. I mean, these guys are going to make the highlight reel. Let's face it. Maru just takes it under everybody off a great pass.
Yeah, just as we were saying, you know, maybe they have enough highlights. Yeah, not quite. Realize dropping that ball right into the box. Maru is there. You had Conra acting as the bodyguard, looking for those bumps as well. Doggos, they are playing at another level right now in just terms of team cohesion, map play, the pressure they're putting on, and unfortunately for Ooga Booga, they just haven't been able to keep that speed up, I suppose. As Hargun, though, going for that individual play, unfortunately can't get that shot on target.
Yeah, this is winding down very quickly. There's a big demo by Maru. They still want one more to take out of this match. That's going to go back. Realize will catch it and try and hold it high. A demo on him by Ketteisen and will drop the ball to the ground. That blue team, Doggo, is looking really strong.
Yeah, Doggo's making a statement with that first game, and it just, they seem to be, you know, that little bit faster, that little bit more accurate, that little bit more mechanically gifted. Realize some of those plays we saw, this just was absolutely ridiculous. That double touch, well, taking the pass from Conra just perfectly in his lap, set it up, he had the boost, pop, easy done. And the second I saw that goal connect, I realized, you know, Doggos, they're here to have fun, and that is scary because a team that's having fun and winning is the toughest team to beat.
Yeah, and I mean, fun's the key word. They were playing with that ball. I loved that carry over all of the defenders by I think it was Maru there at one point, and that was just so good watching him just be like, I missed my pinch, it's fine.
But that brings up a good point, though, because they have been able to play, I suppose, the vertical game a bit more. Like, they've had a bit more aerial dominance, and unfortunately for Ooga Booga, if they're going to be unable to sort of match that pace in the skies, that's going to be a weakness for them moving forward throughout the entirety of the series. So I saw a couple times Poofy was able to get up there, and he got a couple good challenges and won 1 or 2 50s, but they need to be more consistent at winning those if they're going to be able to challenge Doggos.
Yeah, I agree. It's a tough one to try and push. It was always going to be a tough matchup for any team going up against Doggos today, and you know, it's hard to tell any team what they need to do to fix this. I don't feel like there's been that much go wrong. They're just getting outclassed.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do when, you know, your opponents are, like, successfully trying to pull off double touches the first 10 seconds into the game, as we saw Realize in this one. However, you know, something that Ooga Booga are doing well is, you know, those rare moments that Doggos are making misplays going for some of these individual style points, they are capitalizing on them, and they are putting shots on target, so it's not as if it's a complete wipe. However, this is a very awkward defensive clear. Poofy is the one who has to go over the top. Conra actually loses the 50 to Hargun. Unfortunately, though, for Doggos, they did have Realize back there. Bump play, though, will secure the goal, and Poofy gets the credit.
You're gonna have to take this for a second. I've had some major issues with my game. I'm still just getting back into match as we speak.
It was just a great little demo player right there. I believe that was Hargon who popped the defender, and as a result, you know, Ooga Booga, once again, like in game one, they do have that opening goal. That said, though, kickoff goes right into Realize's lap, and they will find that equalizer just like that. And I've been told the goal of a kickoff is to not let your opponent score. Well, that cheat went perfectly into Realize's play, and he's just able to punch that one straight in. Very awkward from Ooga Booga, and real quickly after that lead, we are once again tied. Very similar to game number one. This kickoff as well drops right into Maro's lap. Are you back in, by
Yes, I am right as you asked that. Yeah, and as you were saying that, you know, you were just saying as they scored that return goal, that the first goal was exactly like first game. You said there was a kickoff goal. I'm like, this is the same game. We're just watching a replay. Maru just in the way and manages to take a goal here.
Oh my gosh. I mean, again, there was a demo there. Maru, yeah, he was going for the front play because it bounces off the crossbar. Maru gets the credit for it. Granted, that's how they planned it all along, clearly. It was meant to be a pool shot off of the crossbar, and I will not hear any different from any of the players after the game. That was 100% intentional. As Ketteisen actually has a semi-open net. He tries to throw it to Poofy, but Conra, with a great read, he read that pass and he stopped it. Unfortunately, Maru can't catch the ball mid-pitch, realizes there to keep the pressure on. Is unable to get it over Ketteisen, but Conra, through the rotation, gets it there, back into Realize, straight down the middle of the shot. He was going for the double touch, but Hargon's able to disrupt it for now.
That's going to go mid of Conrad. Maru's there. He tries to fake one out. Not quite the right decision right there. It was a good opportunity, but doesn't go well. Maru's going to sneak that in the top. A great placement.
Yeah, I mean, you saw this one coming as... Very interesting play by Conrad right there. I don't know what he was doing. That could have been some in-team trolling as he kind of disrupted the setup from Realize, but fortunately Realize was able to recover and throw it right back to Maru for that goal. This is what I mean. Medium Doggos, they're having fun this game. They're kind of messing with each other. They're going for like these stylish aerial plays when sometimes they don't have to, and Ooga Booga could punish them for it, but if they continue at this, like playing this loose, this casual, and dominating their opponents in stun fashion, it's kind of why I feel like this team is going to be so tough to beat. As Conra, he's trying to spike it down. Maru actually kind of played defender a little bit, although Hargon gets credit for the save. Realize his turn, he has the boost, and he has the goal stolen from him as Maru is the one who punches it in.
Yeah, he dropped that down really nicely. Maru, I don't know if it was an intentional steal. There was Ketteisen there. Maru just securing that really, really well, but Realize, I think, definitely had it.
Absolutely. I mean, it just shows that the level, I feel, at this stage that we Dem Doggos are playing at. And Ooga Booga, I actually have like a similar criticism that I do for the team in the first game as that thought, kickoff goal, realize he steals one back this time.
And an unbelievable play all around. Conrad absolutely freestyling on that as it comes down. Realize sending it to the top of the net. Really, really good goal.
Yeah. I guess something that I'm seeing from Ooga Booga, that just is similar to me from Anti-Climax is that, like, unfortunately, some of these teams, they're just unable to play the backboard defensively, and that's one of the areas that we Dem Doggos just seem to be punishing them time and time again in this match.
And it doesn't matter if it's this team or any other, that's where they seem to shine. You know, Realize for a long time liked his aerial dribbles and stuff. It's starting to be a thing that is read more commonly now, and backboard touches are the go, and this team thrives on them.
That seems to be the case as Maru has plenty of space to work with. Will flick it past one defender, catch the pass to himself. Hargon will go up, reach it in the corner, but Conra was there. He's going for the double touch, and there's some backboard defense coming from Poofy, but he needs to get that ground spike, and unfortunately he drops it right into Maru's lap, who puts the shot on target. Ketteisen there to make the save, and again, that was small improvement. They touched it off the backboard, but they weren't able to get the clear, and as a result, Realize will find a goal about 5-10 seconds later.
You were mentioning playing for fun earlier. I want to just give a shout out to the team, the Sixers. They did lose it out in first round today, but I was talking to Jester, Joxy, as some people know him, and he was playing on under 20 FPS. So they were in this for fun today. They told me they were going to go for some flip resets and stuff like that. So I'm glad they at least made it into the match. Realize going for the flip reset himself. What timing?
Oh my gosh. I mean, they just gave him too much space to play with and Realize he is going to play. I mean, You see that GG next to his name, that stands for Gaming Gamers. They are a team that likes to play, likes to style. They're kind of like that OCE freestyle team, plus, you know, realized from Japan. And he does things like that on the regular. My goodness, this has just been a treat to watch, especially if you're a fan of We Dem Doggos. If you're a fan of Ooga Booga, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say besides Viva la Brazil at this stage.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. I thought you might have missed it. Brazil! There we go. It had to happen at some point this competition, but there it is. And of course, the team to get this with We Dem Doggos 7-1 with a minute left.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a chance for this score to get even higher. That said, though, Ooga Booga, I expect them to go for something, I would hope, as Realize again going for a play off of the ceiling. Not going to find it, but touches the ball back into the box. Maru going for a bicycle kick. Unfortunately, he winds up on the wrong side of the ball. Ketteisen is going to go ahead and get that clear.
Really thought he had that for a second. That's going to go wide. Hagen sends it down into the corner. Realize can smack that downfield, and Kanra's looking for that early pass. Does get it straight back across field. Realize struggling to do what he needs to with that. Does get it past the defender though.
30 seconds to go. The scoring has calmed down, but still more openings for We Dem Doggos. Realize is going to capitalize on said opening, as too many defenders were rotating around kind of in the goal at that stage. And as a result, 8-1 now. So this is now worse than Brazil.
Well, I'm glad I didn't call out ceiling shot. He came in at the last second. I just saw that downward angle. I was thinking ceiling shot, but it was just a really, really nicely gotten to ball. He got his nose to that to get some power on the shot as well. Very well done.
And you have to remember, too, in this one, like, this is a money series. As the top two teams are the teams that collect from the prize pool, you win this, you go to the grand final, you are guaranteed some of that pot. And at this stage, you know, it definitely feels as if We Dem Doggos, they want something for their efforts tonight. And they have taken game number 2 in such emphatic fashion. How do you come back from that if you're Ooga Booga?
I don't know if you can. Honestly, I mean, I want to give Ooga Booga the benefit of the doubt. They have been an incredibly strong team in this competition so far. They qualified really well, got a good seeding position, and even managed to take down 1-E. It's looking really good for We Dem Doggos for the whole competition at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Realize is playing at another level that I have not actually seen. Even him playing in Gaming Gamers, I haven't seen him make some of these sort of trick shots and setups this cleanly. Granted, I am going to be a little bit critical of Ooga Booga here. They have been giving Realize a lot of space to work with, and I want to see more challenges coming from them, but it's so difficult for this team when We Dem Doggos are just that extra bit faster. They have had the boost control, they've had the map, they've had the ball control, and it's so hard to play from behind when you're in that sort of situation.
And you mentioned that it was Realize that they're giving that space to, and you know, not to throw shade on any other players, they play all of their roles equally valuably in this team, but Realize is the guy with the mechanics. He's the guy that you don't want to give that space to. He's gonna play with it and make it very hard to read. So if anybody is gonna get that space, don't let it be Realize.
Yeah, well, already I am seeing a change in style, though, coming from Ooga Booga in this third game, specifically from Pargon, who he's been going full bump demo so far in this first 30 seconds, and as a result, no crazy opening goal. That said, Ooga Booga has scored the first goal in both games 1 and 2. They haven't been able to find it in game 3 just yet, but perhaps Pargon can find that breakaway. He only has one defender to beat, but Conrad does enough on defense to allow Realize to rotate back around, and with a little bit of boost, he's able to go the distance, gets it past 1.5 defenders. Poopy does enough to make the save and is able to get the clear past Conrad.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as much as maybe it's not pressure on We Dem Doggos, they're matching them tit for tat at the moment, and even beating them to a lot of balls, which is something they just weren't doing last game at all. They're bringing it downfield again now, and they've actually got a shot here.
Maru with a bump though. Yeah, Maru.
And bumps are something that Ooga Booga went for all of Friday as well. That was one of their key plays, was just pure outright aggression and getting people out of the way. They had a lot of open goals created by them, which is a great play.
Yeah, and I mean, bumps is what you want to see in today's competitive meta as Hargan puts a shot on target. Great save by Realize. Conrad trying to follow through and gets the clear, and that's a lot of attackers, so this goal is going to be relatively open. The one defender, Ketteisen, is able to get there first, and he's going the distance as well. Mostly open. Conrad does enough to slow things down for Maru to make the save right there. A tight situation for Redem Doggos, but they do recover.
Ooga Booga actually looking for a flip reset. They wanted to get some style back in this, not just a goal. That's more confidence than I expected to see from them at this point.
Well, this is a new game. I mean, that score is 0-0. It's no longer 8-1, so there's a reason for Ooga Booga to sort of attack this with a fresh slate, and Hargan's doing just that. He has the opening, he flicks it over the top, and 1-0 in favor of Ooga Booga. 3 games, 3 opening goals.
Hagen just 1v1ing this. This is an unbelievable little flick. Just enough, you know, it was calculated well and puts it past the nose of the last defender back. It was a very big misplay from Redem Doggos, but regardless, a good goal.
Yeah, it was a very good goal. Now it's sort of put Redem Doggos on notice. Maru, he's going for the flick himself. It's a little too high. The follow through from Conrad is on target, but it's not going to get past Ketteisen, who makes a great save. Maru again going up for it, but Poofy makes the read and gets the 50-50 clear. However, the pass was not connected. Realize now has the ball. He does not have the boost, but do the defenders know that? They know enough to make the save, at least for now. Conrad trying to bang it through. He keeps it in the box. Poofy able to make that save, but Realize should be able to keep the pressure on. He's going for a double touch off the sidewall, popping it up towards the box. No one's going to take the shot this time.
That was the perfect squishy save. I just want to point that out for certain 1E staff members I won't mention names of. but really, seriously, just an absolute textbook example of the perfect use of that save, and really, really good by Ketteisen. Absolute lifesaver for them at this point, as they are still up by 1, and the clock is ticking down. There's less than, or just about a minute and a half left.
And here comes Maru with the shot off of the backboard pass, and the Achilles heel from Ooga Booga comes back to bite them again. Great goal from Redem Doggos.
Yeah, Maru, again, just these downward angles. They must have practiced them a million times. They don't miss.
They do not miss, and the backboard setup has just been money for this side. And that said, the kickoffs have usually been pretty good for Ooga Booga, as they had a chance yet again. They have a minute and a half to try and find that goal to keep this series from going to, you know, a possible game and series ending overtime. For Redem Doggos, they are 1 goal away from getting into that grand final. How will they approach it? That was a very risky sort of mid-pitch clear right there across the box. A dangerous situation, and it does lead to an Ooga Booga shot. Poofy tries to spike down. Maru from the goal makes the save and clears straight down the middle. Conrad, he can escort it all the way. He will, and that is 2-1 in favor of Redem Doggos.
That's really disappointing. That's a goal that shouldn't have gone in. As far as the dangerous by clear by Realize, I think that was some really bad communication there. He had 9 boosts going across that goal. He wanted somebody else to take it off him, I'm pretty sure, and nobody came up for it. So they get a little bit lucky there with that goal to bring them up, but also not what you want to see.
Oh my god!
They send one back in. Yes, less than a minute left, and we've got a tied game.
Ketteisen did so much work right here with the dribble play. He tried to actually jump it underneath that crossbar, but that's okay. Hargan was there to clean things up, as everyone from Redem Doggos did commit. So 3 people committing on to the aerial play leaves an open goal and a tie game with under a minute to go. Ooga Booga playing for their winner's finals life. Realize though he's playing it off the ceiling. He keeps it a little too high, and Hargan's able to make the clear attempt. Maru though from the middle, able to keep that backward play available, but Conrad in the corner, he can't do much in a 1v3.
Oh, Hagen might actually have the dribble over it. Player just barely misses it, comes off the post. I paused it because that was just something to watch. Oh man, I really wanted them to get that, if I'm honest.
That's the shot!
Oh, there's Hagen again. The underdog is coming through right now with 23 seconds left. They're going to make this a series, very possibly.
Yeah, Realize he makes an uncharacteristic mistake right there, and he just can't read the setup coming from Poofy, and that leaves the open shot for Hargon, and now 23 seconds to go. We dem Doggos, if they want that clean sweep, they're going to have to find a way to get this game to overtime. Maru, instead of going for the bump, has to rotate back on defense because Ketteisen makes a save. There's the demo Maru was looking for, just not necessarily on the same card. However, that does leave a 2-on-3. Poofy trying to disrupt, and because of everyone committing from We Dem Doggos, it actually leaves a chance for an opening to get that game secure and clear. Poofy keeping it on the blue side of the pitch, but realize he doesn't have the boost to fall through in the air. Ketteisen tries to smite it down, is challenged, ball still up, gets it over the top of Realize, and that will do it for game number 3. A clean victory for Ooga Booga.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Ooga Booga, even if this is the only win you get this series, that is such an extraordinarily great way to take that. Hagen and Ketteisen working off each other so well.
Yeah, they played super well that game. I mean, Hargon in particular, I feel like has been the star player for Ooga Booga. He's been that little bit faster. He's been doing the bump plays. He's been doing a lot of the setup stuff. And, well, also he found all 3 of those goals. So definitely a much stronger showing from Ooga Booga in game number 3. I want to see him stick with the bumps. Don't be intimidated by stronger opponents. Just get in their face, disrupt them. We've seen what happens when you give Realize space to work with. It's not pretty. So keep this pressure on, and maybe, just maybe, you can find that reverse sweep.
Yeah, not only were they not giving Realize the space there, excuse me, they were actually outright beating the entire blue team to the ball a lot of the time. They had so much pressure on that game. It did go back and forward a lot, don't get me wrong, it was a close match, and for a good portion there, I did think We Dem Doggos was going to take it, but I'm glad to see this go to another match, and I don't know what to expect from it because Ooga Booga has done this before. They love to make series exciting to watch, and I love casting them.
Absolutely, and I mean, we can't forget, like, this is the team that beat 1NE. They've beaten the #1 seed. However, they're on the back foot on the start of game number 4 as Conrad trying to keep the ball in the corner. Maru's the one who falls through. 2 defenders in the box means Ketteisen can make an easy clearing save, and he gets it past Realize. A chance for a double touch, perhaps. Ketteisen instead throws it back to Poofy, who is bumped off of the shot.
Early aggression again from Ooga Booga. It's good to see. Ketteisen's up in the corner. Realize, oh, maybe even a shot. Oh, Conrad can just barely clear, but Poofy is there, and they get first goal yet again. Have they gotten second goal ever in this series yet?
It's been first goal all 4 games so far, and
Yeah.
everyone except for game 3 has been under a minute as well. Ooga Booga, they come out firing. They actually have one of the scariest kickoffs in like first 30 seconds after kickoff with Harder.
There it is.
Gets to the ball first. Fortunately for We Dem Doggos, Maru kind of expected that, was playing back, but Poofy is going to challenge. Wins it 50-50. Can't get it past Realize, but the ball's in a dangerous spot. Where's the shot? It's coming from Hargon.
Ooh.
It's on target, but Conra is there. Realize able to ride off that backboard, looking for the clear, but Poofy will keep the pressure on. The net is empty except for one Conra. Beats one defender, but the defender buys time for Realize and Maru to rotate back. Maru is going to go ahead and take it, grabbing the boost, gets it past Hargon. He's looking to get past Ketteisen as well, but can't quite get the flick over the top.
Hagen did really well to get a good centered there, but his team weren't expecting it because he had 0 boost. He would have called that out. It's just unfortunate because it was just about an open net for a good portion of it. And he did really, really work hard to get that there. Unfortunate, but they are still up by that 1, and they've got their confidence at the moment, and they've got pressure. It's being neutralized right now, though, as We Dem Doggos goes on the attack. Poofy gets it out to the side, and Hagen can read an attacker as he gets bumped towards the ball. It's a good position to be in. It's going to go over just barely as Realize can clear out to midfield.
Hargan needed to take that shot. The defenders had overcommitted right there, and they were completely on the back foot. That was an open net. Unfortunately, Hargan doesn't get the angle that he wants, and instead we get that backboard attempt, but no one was there to follow through. Now here comes We Dem Doggos. They're looking for that equalizer. Connor tries to set it up, but it's disrupted by a defender, Poofy. With that extra touch, is definitely keeping We Dem Doggos on the back foot, and once again, they're racing back on defense. It's a semi-open net, but Ketteisen can't find the touch he needs to keep the pressure on. Realizing Conrad, it's kind of an awkward double commit in the side right now. Not a lot of space to work with, so Realize goes for the double commit. He went for the ground pitch, can't quite find it. He's still keeping on the possession, has a lot of boost to work with. Again, going for the reset, but it's bumped by Ketteisen. Goes connecting with the ball. Hargon finally gets the clear over the middle.
Connor's going to keep this in midfield. There was a lot of good play, keeping that out of danger just barely by Realize there. He just held that ball and would not let anybody touch it, even faking a flip reset there. Poofy's going to send that out now. There's still pressure now coming out from the opposite team. Realize is waiting for an opportunity to style on this now. Poofy finally gets it cleared into the opposite half, and there's a shot. Maru barely making it in time.
That was a great shot from Poofy, but this time there was no overcommitting from the defense. Someone was there. It was Maru. Realize now he has to make something amazing happen to get this ball back on the offensive side because Ooga Booga have been so relentless with this attack, but I also don't want to see desperation. There we go. There's that individual play. Conrad gets it under one. Kaiser is able to play it off the top backboard, but Realize will keep the pressure there. Who's going to be the one who follows through? It's no one. Maru was so late to that. That's nearly a shot. If Poofy had been able to get a little bit higher, we could have seen a goal going Ooga Booga's way.
Yeah, Conrad didn't have a lot to work with. He was on his way back and not facing the ball in the slightest. The shot, if it had been high, could have gone over him and straight in. You're completely right there. But again, just the responses from Doggos are so fast that you don't have time to talk about it before it's back in the orange half. There's an amazing pass coming out here. Maru trying to fake out the opposition, unable to do so as it goes in the corner. And Ketteisen will clear out as Kanra can get a center, realizes up and gets bumped.
Great save right there from Poofy, but they're not out of danger yet. Another shot near target, but it's not going to find its mark. You know, after the first two games, I was critical of Ooga Booga's horizontal gameplay. They weren't getting into the air. They weren't challenging a lot of these aerial shots, but that has completely changed in this fourth game. They are going for these 50s, and they are winning a lot of them. However, here comes the shot from Conrad. It's a little bit too high, but realizes they're to follow through again. Too high, and unfortunately, they can't quite squeak that goal. And Ooga Booga on the counterattack. There's nothing Conrad can do to stop it, and with a 2-0 lead, it looks like we might have a game 5.
Oh, Conra must hate this. He got a good touch, but there was too much speed and he was on his way back. He couldn't stop it dead, and it just goes in with the tiniest amount of speed. That is very good for Ooga Booga, and a hard one to come back from in 30 seconds with the way these games have been going.
Yeah, what happened to the Ooga Booga of games 1 and 2, and how come the Ooga Booga of game 4 wasn't there before? This team is playing so much faster, so much higher, more velocity. They're challenging a lot more, and they really have Doggos constantly on the back foot. Realize though, he had that individual playmaking abilities, but he gets demoed for it. Maru still put the shot on target. Ketteisen is there, and with that save, that should secure game number 4. The reverse sweep dream in this winner's final is still alive. 5 minutes away. Can Ooga Booga do the unthinkable?
Yeah, a little bit of a shot out of desperation there. It was direct and it was fast, but it was straight at a defender from Ooga Booga. From Doggos. Ooga Booga may have even rattled them there a little. We're going to go into the next game, and Ooga Booga looking strong and every bit as strong as Doggos right this second, and that's something I didn't expect to be able to say.
Yeah, this has been an eye-opening series for sure, especially after those first 2 games, and it almost looked like Doggos were playing with their food, but all of a sudden the food is starting to bite back, and this one I really could feel go either way. I'm going to be a little bit of a buzzkill right now and say I think no matter what, this isn't going to be a close 5th game. I think this is going to be a stomp one way or the other, because either Ooga Booga are going to continue this momentum and just keep on rolling on, or Doggos are going to put that hammer down, and I just think shut down any hope of a reverse sweep. So I'm going to be Mr. Boying and say, you know, this probably isn't going to be a close game 5, but I love being proven wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we always hope for a game 5 overtime, no matter what the series. I mean, that's just exciting stuff. You know, we might see it, but I agree. It's been very one-sided one way or the other. We had game 4 was a little better for a little while there. I definitely thought Doggos was going to take it, but
Maru has an open net. Oh, Poofy! How does he get there in time? It looked like he did a slide in the air. What a save. And I thought for sure Maru had that goal, and now it's Doggos racing back on defense. Maru's going to have a second attempt. He gets it past Poofy, but not past Hargan.
Connor's off. He's looking to get a pass out to realize he's there. Can he read the backboard? Oh, would have been a really, really stylish goal if he'd gotten it.
Poofy was going for like a bit of an upside down flip as well. He doesn't quite connect on it. And now Realize again in the air. He's going to try and pass it to Maru. Not able to find that last touch, but that's okay because Conra is ball in the corner right now. Ketteisen on defense. That's an awkward spot. Maru setting it up, but Conra doesn't trust the shot and instead falls back on defense.
Both teams just being prime examples of Rocket League right now. Poofy fires one in, and they're up once again with the first goal.
Yeah, what was Conrad doing? He just was caught in an awkward spot right there, and he didn't want to challenge the play in the corner because Realize, I think, had called it and unfortunately missed, and it just left Conrad in no man's land to make any sort of save. Great start yet again for Ooga Booga, but this time Maru has boost and he's going straight over the middle. He's going for the backboard, but Hargun makes the read and stops it before the shot through. Realize, tight angle, it would have been accurate, but Kaizen's there and everyone committed. Do we see that breakaway? Hargun gets it past the defenders. Can he find the tight angle? It's a bit too slow, and Maru makes the save.
There was definitely a good opportunity there. He had to go for boost if he wanted a chance to do anything after his pass, but maybe not the right move to go for. It's going to sit in front of goal. Hagen realizes he's got the time though and turns to just dribble that out of goal.
Yeah, but it still leads to a dunk pass almost to Realize right now, who has a little bit of boost to work with. He is going to try and play the backboard, but Kaizen is there, and this is the other thing. Look at, they struggled to lead the backboard in the first couple games. Well, they're starting to do it now, and they're adding elements to their defense that unfortunately we damn Doggos have been unable to answer. That's what has made this series so competitive all of a sudden, and it is fantastic to see adaptation in the best of 5.
And I think that's what brought them through to this point as well. When you saw them on Friday, every win, they just clawed tooth and nail through it and made sure that they didn't lose, you know? Like, that was the key, just not losing. And that's what they're doing again. It's that adaptation that you're talking about. They learn so fast, and it has taken them a number of games to work out their opponents and what they need to do to fix their game, but they've done it now, and they're up by 1 point. We're halfway through this match, and they're looking good at this point.
Absolutely, and on the other side, like we them Doggos, the situation just we saw right there, I feel like games 1 and 2, they would have gone for the shot, but instead they kind of played it more safely, and I don't think that's the answer to win this game. It's not as if Ooga Booga are playing perfectly. There are openings, but we them Doggos just haven't been in position to take them as Poofy straight over the middle. Realize able to just get there, but the second shot from Hargun is again stopped by Realize, who is trying to stop this reverse sweep. 2 minutes away. Ooga Booga, they have that goal lead, but they're back on defense yet again.
And a bit of a triple commit upfield as 2 players went for that ball, and one was up for a demo from a long way back. He chased him all the way upfield, actually. Not what they need to be doing here. I think you're right. They have definitely been deciding to play these games a little more safe, we them Doggos, but they play best when they're having fun. Exactly like you said in game 1, I believe. And when there's no time given to them, you can't play with the ball like they like to do. So
Poofy.
they need to find that space.
Poofy nearly doing it himself right there. Oh, realized he went for that flick but missed it, and Conrad's unable to punch it through. Kaizen, he goes for the bump to try something, but Poofy misses the shot on the open net. That could have sealed the deal. Instead, here comes another counterattack coming from We Dem Doggos. Mars the one who's going to try to put it in. It goes off the top crossbar. Kaizen bumps Poofy into the ball to get the clear, but realizes able to flick it over one. Poofy slows the pace down, and it does enough to juke out Realize, who has to go for a bump play. Conrad instead is going to throw it deep. Less than a minute to go, and We Dem Doggos, they just can't get a sustained attack going.
I think going for bumps and demos on We Dem Doggo's side is definitely the way to look at this right now, because all of these players on We Dem Doggo's sides are unbelievable players individually as well as a team. I think they have the advantage if they get them into a bit of a 1v1 situation. You can open up that field, give the players a little more time to play with that ball, and it confuses the defense. They need to open that up.
Well, they only have 18 seconds to do so, or they are going to get reverse swept. Realize he's going to try and play the sidewall pass to Maru, but Hargun reads it and does enough to disrupt until Conrad puts the shot. It's off the backboard. Maru is there, but he can't get there. First, Kaizen throws a lob shot. It doesn't go the distance, but with 5 seconds remaining, they need a miracle. We Dem Doggos, it's Maru with possession, but he doesn't have the boost to keep it going. He can't maintain possession, and Ooga Booga complete the reverse sweep to go to our grand final.
Oh my goodness, Ooga Booga, you could take the whole thing at this point. This is amazing. They, again, just clawing, just not losing, not winning by massive amounts, not blowing out games, just not losing and refusing to. And absolute credit to them. Unbelievable work.
That was such a fantastic turnaround from Ooga Booga. again, all the errors that they had in their defense games 1 and 2, they cleaned it up. They improved as the series progressed. And yes, okay, 1-0 didn't look like a dominating performance, but if you just took a look at like the shots and who had possession, we damn Doggos could not do anything against Ooga Booga. Like that was the most dominating win, despite the score only being 1-0.
And even when they did have possession, the shots they made, they didn't look as confident as the earlier games in that series. Even into game 3, where they started losing, their shots were still these unbelievable placements, going for backboard shot after backboard shot. In that game, they were shaken. They didn't know how to deal with a team that just refuses to die. And yeah, I mean, you can't fault either team as far as they go as teams. Like they just they know what they're doing and they've pushed through. But I can't believe that Weedem Doggos just got beaten. You and I both predicted at the beginning of this that they would win in a fairly big way, and it just didn't even remotely happen.
Well, it did remotely happen, I would say. I mean, games 1 and 2 was exactly to my script. You know, I got the script from Nish ahead of time just so I wouldn't sound like a complete idiot. And it said, yeah, we dem Doggos over Ooga Booga 3-0. You know, Ooga Booga looked good, but then Class said, nah, that was not in the script. Ooga Booga are the script breakers today as they came up huge in this winner's final, and they will be getting a cut of the prize pool. But we still have to find out who their opponents will be. So losers bracket action still to come tonight. Do not go anywhere. More Rocket League here at APL Esports.